I color graded myself. I'm so beautiful now. I'm color graded. And you bombed me? I color graded myself and you bombed me. Yeah, I'm beautiful. I'm purple. I was purple before this, actually. What do you mean, too purple? You hate me? Why am I radiant? I'm always radiant. Are you saying I'm not radiant before that? Because I've always been radiant. What? What are you going to... What terrible thing? Oh. Does it let you fight me now? Oh no, I don't have the tab open. Let me open it really quick. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Fuck! Do it again, do it again. You should have told me before you did it, so I could be ready. There. Now I'm going to fight you and I'm gonna win. Because I am stronger than you. Ha. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, no more duels for me. Okay. Yeah. Skill issue, I think. I think it was a skill issue. Skissue, if you will. So yeah, I went to Epic Universe and it blew my dick and balls off. Like... What the fuck? Oh my god. It is absurd. Mario was there. Mario was there. And Lavi took a picture. Lavi was not there, but I video called Lavi and Lavi took a picture of Mario on the phone. It blew my dick smooth off, bro. There's nothing there now. It's all gone. It's all gone. They finally started stealing Disney's nachos. And so now we have good nachos. Isn't that crazy? Now I get to eat more than one delicious meal. Fucking finally. Because original Universal and Islands of Adventure. Oh, I don't like it. I've never liked it. I probably never will. I enjoy the Jurassic Park part for existing, because I like Jurassic Park. Do I think that they did what... How do I phrase this? It angers me that they don't do with it what they could. They could be doing so much more with it, but instead it's like a little tiny squat piece of space with some like trees and like some rides, but it doesn't have enough visual spectacle. It doesn't have enough immersion. It's just there to be there. Epic Universe, actually, and it's like, wow, it took you a really long time, but you figured out how to make a good park. Thank you. Thank you for fucking feeding me. It's the first time you've ever fed me something edible. Can you believe it? It was like the first 2 days we did like the normal parks. One of the days I didn't even go. Like, deadass, like my parents got up at like 7 in the morning to go ride the fucking Hagrid ride. Because they like it, and I hate it, so I didn't. I just slept in till like 3. I got in the pool for like 10 minutes. Ate food, went back to bed. So, like, that's how much I don't give a fuck about standard Universal. I don't. There's like 3 rides I ride. I ride Men in Black, Spider-Man, Transformers, E.T. I think that might be it. I think it really might be it. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I never have. Probably never will. But Epic Universe? Oh my god. What in the shit? Yes, the ET ride does still say your name at the end. However, I think the people who work it are either hard of hearing, or there's just a very limited amount of names they have to choose from in the computer, because they called my mother Jerry. My mother's name is not Jerry. I think they skipped over my name entirely. We listened, but yeah. It's me, Jerry Ciferreri. I'm re-debuting as Jerry Ciferreri. And everything's the same except I am just like piss yellow. Like full piss yellow. Everything. I don't know. Basically, I don't know what they used to do, but what they do right now is they give you the card and then they say, "What's your name?" And then you tell them your name and then they type it in on the computer. My guess is that they have a set of names that he can say, right? And then they just like autocomplete. I don't think it can like read them like text to speech. I think it's just like they have a database. Because it would not make sense otherwise for them to call my mother Jerry. So, yeah. It's okay. I think the first time I rode the ET ride, I was in the womb. So that ride, when I say it has not been updated, I mean like I think that you can see dust on like everything. The animatronics, I think you could find better at a Home Depot during Halloween. Exactly. Don't fucking get rid of ET, just make it look a little better. It doesn't even have to be like that good, you know? Like, don't change it, right? Like, don't try and modernize it. Just the animatronics look like CPR test dummies. So, yeah. Yeah, we used to have Jaws, and then they killed it. I don't know why they would do that, honestly. It makes no sense to me. But what do I know? It was clearly extremely important that we had a Jimmy Fallon ride, or whatever. Or was it Jimmy Kimmel? I don't know the difference between the two, I'm gonna be real with you. Because, I'm normal. I don't see the motivation for making a ride out of, like, a dude with a talk show. It doesn't make much sense to me. It's stupid. I really don't. And isn't that what they replaced the, you know, what was it called? A backlot? Didn't they replace the backlot with that, or am I wrong? What is the backlot now? Because I liked the backlot. I thought the backlot was great. I'm trying to think of, like, good universal memories that were, like, not from yesterday. It's a little difficult, I can't lie to you. When I was a kid, I really, really, really liked, there was like a, I think it was Woody Woodpecker, like a water park. He had a water park. Like a shitty little sprays water out of the ground water park. And I was morbidly obsessed with it. Now it's, I think now it's Kung Fu Panda. It's still a water park, but it's different. It's cooler, it's more fun, I like it. So, but like, Universal has not, it's not been my thing. It's never been my thing. If Epic Universe did not have Nintendo, I would not have gone. I would not have considered it. Like, I would not have looked up from my phone. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like my dad, he was like, yeah, we're going to Universal. And I was like, okay. And he was like, and they have Nintendo Land. And I was like, so you're gonna bring me? So yeah, they were supposed to go without me, and he wasn't supposed to tell me that, but I found out, because they didn't know that I'd want to go, because they didn't think that I would give a fuck, because, you know, before Nintendo, I would not have, yes? If they just went to, like, the first two parks, I would not have given a fuck. I would have said, yeah, don't fucking bring me. No, thank you. I'll stay home. But then they made a Nintendo World with a Mario Kart ride. So I went. Let me see if I can, like, bulk download. I cannot bulk download. I would have to individually download every single one of these fucking pictures. What I'm gonna do is just, like, one at a time. Do. I know that I, like, tweeted this, but I, like, it's imperative that I speak about it verbally, okay? I need you to look at this big ass fucking, look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Look at this, look at this, look at this. This is the best thing I've ever eaten. This is the best thing I've ever eaten. Ever in my life. Yes, I ate the tomatoes. I ate every single thing on this plate except for the bone of the chicken. It is the best thing I've ever eaten. It was so good. When I say that this is the best thing I've ever eaten, I have gone on Disney cruises. I've gone on 2 Disney cruises in my life. They have, up until that point, meals that I ate from Animator's Palette on a Disney cruise was the best food I'd ever eaten. This is the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. I've eaten a lot of food. I go to restaurants. That's my thing. I love restaurants. My grandmother is a chef, a professional one. She's owned 2 restaurants. Like, I do not fuck around about food, okay? I am, like, my palate is, I have high standards for what goes in my mouth. This is the best thing I have ever eaten. Ever. In my entire life. In all the places that I have been. To be fair, I have not left the country. I have not left America. I've been in America since, yes. This is the best thing I've ever eaten. It was so good that I considered ordering a second one and eating it again. Later that night, after we went and ate dinner at my mother's chosen restaurant, I went back to eat it again. And I brought my parents, because I ate this alone. They wanted to eat somewhere else, so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go. Like, we just split up. I made them come with me as I ordered it and made them try it. And then I proceeded to devour it a second time. After I had already eaten breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I ate a second dinner so that I could eat this again. And I did not feel a single ounce of pain because it was the most delicious thing I've ever eaten. I take one bite and then I black out and I wake up and it's gone. Like I see the motion blur in my surroundings as I'm eating this. You know what I mean? It's like Popeye's biscuit, no water. Popeye's biscuit, no drink. You know, like the fucking... The world shakes around me as I consume it in one go. It is the best thing I've ever eaten. And my mom, I was like, I think I'm going to eat this a second time. And my mom said, or you could try something else. No. I'm not going to try anything else. Because that would deprive me of eating this a second time. When you have the opportunity to eat the best thing you've ever eaten, you do not gamble. You take it. So yeah, it is not possible. I have deduced it is not possible. I'm not gambling. I won $1 million in the casino. I'm not gambling for $1.5 million. I'm going home. That's $1 million. So I rode every ride except for I rode every ride except for the Stardust Racers because I don't do like big drops or like super big thrill coasters, like big ones, you know? I don't do drop things like I don't do Jurassic Park, I don't do Splash Mountain, I don't do Mount Everest, I don't do Velocicoaster. I just don't do big drops. I don't do Tower Terror. It's the only thing my body cannot handle. You could put me upside down, you could put me in a loop, you could spin me backwards, and I don't give a fuck, but you can't drop me a big drop. I cannot do it. It hurts the inside of my body. So I rode everything except for Stardust Racers and the Dragon Racers because they did not have Express Pass for it. And by the time I went back to get in line because there was nothing else to do. They had, I guess, already closed it for the night, so I was like, oh well. Because we had Express Pass, so I got to ride everything at least once with like a very short queue. Every single thing I rode was good. Every single thing. I am not like that big of a ride head, I guess. I see rides as a form of art, storytelling, you know. I consume it as it is. It's just a thing, you know. I prefer the food in most experiences. Rides are good, but I'm not like a thrill seeker. It's not the end of the world for me. Every single ride was really good. Even the Harry Potter ride was good. I will say though, if you have big boobs, please hold them when you get on that ride. If you ride Battle of the Ministry or whatever, hold your boobs. Hold them with your hands, because they will start very painfully jumping around in a ridiculous manner. Yeah, tighter bra is not gonna do it. It will, like, up, all the way up, all the way down. It's bad. Like, it's like jumping down the stairs. You know what I mean? If you have boobs, you understand you do not run down the stairs without a bra. It's like running down the stairs without a bra. So, just warning you, if you've got boobs, hold on to them, or they'll go flying. I learned this the hard way. I did not know my boobs were going to fly. But at least I was in the back row, so there was no one to witness it. So that's great. I saw Yassified Dobby. I don't really understand that. It was not Dobby, it was a different elf, but I was very confused. Because, so my mother, bless her heart, my mother loves Harry Potter movies, right? So I've seen them all hundreds of times, because it's always playing on the TV for like the past at least 5 years in our house. I have never seen this creature in my life. It was a smooth pink girl elf. Like pale pink, smooth, face-app, yassified house elf. I don't know what the fuck that thing was. I asked my mother, "Hey, what's the yassified Dobby?" And she said, I don't know. Maybe it's Pinky." And I said, "Who the fuck is Pinky?" So yeah, fortunately, Dobby could not transition to female because he died, and they buried his corpse in the sand. So I feel like that was like a pretty pivotal moment of the movies, was Dobby dying and they buried him. Yeah, she was like coquette. She was coquette, Dobina. It was, and she talked like this. I think she was like, "You can't do that, Dolores. That's bad." You know what I mean? I was very, very confused. But it was a good ride. It was a good ride. Yeah. A little confused, but it had the spirit. The Harry Potter, the past two Harry Potter places, not a fan of them. I do not like the first two, besides the fact that they are Harry Potter. You know, in principle, I just don't like them. They're crowded. They're meh. They're drab. But this one is good. I was confused and am still confused why it is French. I am not sure why it is French. I thought we were British. I thought that's like its whole thing, is they're British. So I do not know why we were in Paris. So that was news to me. I didn't know it was gonna be French. So, and then I asked my mother, why is it French? And she didn't know either. I think Universe original character. Oh, what the fuck? They just made up a pink yassified coquette doggy? Because they didn't have any fucking house elves left because they killed them all because they're weird. Higgle. I can't laugh. I can't laugh. I've got to hold it in. Higgledy. What a wonderful name. What the fuck? So here's my experience, right? We got to France, and then I didn't know if I was going to like the ride or not. So my parents went on without me to test it for me because I have trust issues for the rest of my life because of them, but you know. So they went and they were like, okay, go get a snack. And then they went on the ride. And I was like, okay, but I've never been here, right? So I don't know where the fuck anything is. So I was like, okay, and I just started wandering around, and then I saw like one place that was obnoxiously pink. And I was like, yeah, that place looks like it sells sweets. I don't speak French though, so I don't know. Because all the signs are in French! And so I go in there, and they've got like a patisserie, you know, where they have like truffles and shit. One entire row was just caramels. So I was like, I don't like caramel, it's too sweet and it's too sticky. And then they had a row of truffles. I got one. Lemon sherbet. Because lemon in that small of an amount, I can eat that, that's fine. It's concentrated lemon juice that I can't do. Lemon and food is fine. And then I was like, at the bottom they had like, it was something in either, I don't remember if it was incomprehensible or if it was French. Because some of those things were named in mystical Harry Potter ways I could not comprehend. And I was just like, yeah, okay. I don't know, like, what these flavors are. Not everything had, like, the ingredients in parentheses, right? Some of it was just named ambiguously. And it didn't tell me what I'm ordering, so I didn't order it, right? Because I want to know what's going in my mouth. But there was one little like cake-looking thing, and it said in parentheses tiramisu. And y'all know I fuck with some tiramisu heavy, right? Like that's my thing. Carrot cake, tiramisu, anything dark chocolate, raspberry, mango. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a tiramisu and I'm gonna get a truffle. Ate the truffle. Truffle's fantastic. And then I sat down on an outdoor table and I started to eat my tiramisu. Here is the caveat. I could not eat the tiramisu because it was sealed inside a tungsten cube of chocolate. Sealed inside, several centimeters thick. Maybe millimeters? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the fuck a kilometer is. I speak American, but they gave you a plastic fork, right? You know, standard black plastic fork. I stick my fork in, and the fork bends across. And so I stick it again, and the fork breaks. So I take the blunt end of the fork, and I'm, with my fist, jabbing the tiramisu, quote unquote tiramisu. I'm jabbing it violently with the blunt end of the fork. It is not doing anything. It is like making tiny dents on the surface. one of the, like, immersion actors, a beautiful woman, comes by and witnesses me trying to break into the tungsten cube that calls itself tiramisu. And she looked like she pitied me. And I had to look her in the eyes and ask her, "Ma'am, am I genuinely stupid? How do I eat this?" And she didn't know either. I demonstrated. It puzzled her. She moved on. Another immersion actor walked by. I explained. I demonstrated. He had no answer. He was puzzled. He moved on. And then my parents came. And the same thing happened. I finally made it through. To get through the cube, I had to take the blunt end, put it on the top of the cube, take both hands as if I am stabbing into the heart of a dragon, and push with my full body strength down into the cube. And then I can't just like use that like in a leverage kind of way to snap open the rest of the cube. No, I couldn't break anything more than that. So I had to use the blunt end to scoop out the tiramisu like a spoon, because that was the only thing that could fit inside of the cube. I put it in my mouth and it's not good. So I went through 10 minutes of public humiliation and torture for a tiramisu that did not taste good or anything like coffee and tasted stale. And it was also surrounded by a mysterious purple ooze that caused me to be unable to just punch it or crush it, because doing so, I would have to crush and mash like a centimeter or more of mysterious purple goop. So if you like tiramisu or good food, you should not order the tiramisu at French Harry Potter, because it's not a good idea. But the truffles are wonderful. So that, I paid $14 for that. Luckily, it went on my parents' card because they love me. So I didn't have to live with the fact that, 14 real dollars of my money went to it, because it didn't. It was my parents. I paid for the experience. I paid for having a story to tell you guys. None of those dollars went to my enjoyment of that treat. I don't think I'm going to call that a treat. It was a trick. I would have sooner eaten a pipe bomb. So yeah, we left Les Transphobiques. Okay, I think the first thing we did, actually, chronologically, the first thing we did was we went to the Mario world, because we wanted to get on the things that were going to have the longest wait first. We do have Express, but if it's gonna have a 5-minute wait, we're gonna get on it, because then we got to ride it twice. So I rode the Mario Kart ride. It's so good. It's not like a good ride in the same way that like it's a good bodily feeling. It's like a slow ride where it's like Toy Story Mania. You shoot things, you get a score. It's like E.T., you shoot things, you get a score. It's a game, right? But like, you can tell that was very heavily based off of Mario Kart Deluxe, because as someone who played that game for like 10 years, you can see every single reference. Every single one. The cars, they have specific wheels, tracks. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's so good. It's so good. I wept like an infant. Like I can't really describe how good half of this shit is. All I can say is it's like the best shit that's ever happened to me. Like, what else am I supposed to say? It's transcendent. The attention to detail is fucking astounding. Let me get a picture of my delicious treat. Do you guys want the photogenic picture that shows the background? Or do you want the close-up that gives you a better view of the treat? I'll let you choose, because I'm not doing both. I'm too lazy for that. Oh yeah, I can also show you the evil tiramisu. Before and after. Saving the images. Before, during, and after. Background, okie dokie. Okay, so here is the evil tiramisu. As you can see, it looks very appetizing. Very cool. Very good. Yes. So that's the gelatinous mysterious purple layer on the cube, yes? Yeah, you see the problem now, yeah? So here is when I attempted to pierce the cube. As you can see, the fork has no curve. This is because the fork is being bent as I stab it. You can see the attempts. It looks like a mouse got to it in the night. That's me attempting to pierce the cube. And here's how it looked by the time I got inside of it. It wasn't good. It was not good. I went through all of that and I ended up with this. The ingredients are cubus flesh, tungsten cube, and mysterious sour... So, yeah, that was my experience with the cube. Here's my delicious treat. That wasn't bad. This is apple melon smoothie. My friend Boncha told me to get it. He said that it's the best thing ever. And it sounded delicious to me, so I got it. And he was right. It is very delicious. It is so strong, it blew my dick clean off. Very strong syrup. Very green. I love that. Delicious. However, I can't eat things in this big of a quantity. If they're like that, like, I'm very little. I can't eat sweets in very big quantities. So, but I did drink as much as I could. It was very scrumptious. And I waited all day, okay? Because I saw it from the beginning, but I said, I don't need it right now. I can just go get it later for an evening snack. And then I went to go get it. I went to go get my snack, and one of the employees had accidentally spilled smoothie on the outlet of the machine. And so they didn't know if it was going to work. But I came back later, and it was working. So it's okay. I got my treat, and it was delicious. It was very good. One thing, I did not know how good it was going to be, but I kind of did expect it to be good. Dark Universe. Dark Universe is Wow. Like, oh my god. Blew my dick off. Everything here blew my dick off. Gigantic Frankenstein manor. And then you go inside and it's like the most well-made ride I've ever seen in my life. Like, I think after this, I'm going to have to like hop into VC in our server and I'm going to have to like YouTube share like ride POV for this because I need you to understand what I just experienced. I wrote it twice. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Do you miss me? Hi, baby. Come here, baby. Here he is. The orange baby. The orange baby. Mwah. He's so cute. But yeah. They have, 2 rides. It's, the Frankenstein one, which was ridiculously good. Like, wow. My uncle had told my family, he said he thinks it's the best ride he's ever ridden. Ever. And I do not blame him. For me, it's still going to be Cosmic Rewind. I'm not going to change my opinion on that, probably for the rest of my life. But I understand where he's coming from. Absolutely. But I still like Cosmic Rewind the best. But if someone were to definitively say that the Frankenstein experiment or whatever is the 20% battery, I don't give a fuck, is the best ride ever, I would agree. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but if they said it was the best, I would just, yeah. I can get behind that. Those are the best animatronics I've ever seen. Ever. How? 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 I don't understand. And everything had so much fucking aura. So much fucking aura. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like, oh my god. Swag the fuck out. They have this ride called the Curse of the Werewolf, and it's like, it's one of those roller coasters that can spin. Haha. It's one of those roller coasters that spins. It's mostly horizontal, not a lot of up and down, mostly, you know, you know? That was awesome. I liked that. I like rides like that. I like it when we were going sideways and not up and down. I don't like going up and down. What else? How to Train Your Dragon. Okay, first, they have this ride, and it's, you go on a very slow-moving boat, and they give you water cannons. And you're supposed to shoot targets, but sometimes you can, at certain angles, you can hit the boat behind you. And it's fantastic, because as soon as people are loading onto the boat, you can shoot them in the face with a giant stream of water. And then they spend the entire ride trying to shoot you back because they're mad. It was very good. What? What? Don't just say that. Don't say that. Don't say that with no context. I don't like that. That's what Val does to me. What do you mean? Boo-hoo, I love being wet. All the time. They have one of those feet, you know, like the floor fountains where it's just like water coming out of the floor. And I just like soaked my shoes. I love it. But yeah, after that, because that was the only time of the day that it was actually hot. And then after that, we rode what I like to call Toothless's Dick Smasher, is what I call it. I asked my mom, I said, is this going to be like something I can ride? Like, will I be okay on this? Cause it looks just a little intense. And I was like, why don't you Google it? And so she looked up something and then she goes, it says that it's a family-friendly ride designed for all ages that isn't too intense. And I said, what said that? And she said, ChatGPT said that. And I said, why'd you look it up on ChatGPT? She said, you know, like the first thing that comes up when you Google something. And I was like, that's not ChatGPT. But I'm just gonna like believe you because I can. I said, that thing's probably lying, but I'm going to choose to believe you. So we get on the ride. Basically, the gimmick of the ride is you start out on a roller coaster ground, and then I guess what happens is he puts wings on you, and then you fly or something. I don't really know what happens. Hiccup said, I'm putting wings on you, and then you're gonna fly with the dragons. And then we were going very, very slow, you know, like, and then he's just kind of like, okay, off you go. And then he launches you into the stratosphere at the speed of light. And you proceed to go the rest of the ride launched into the stratosphere at the speed of light. And then he stops you for a second, and there's a part where he's like, oh no, these things explode. You're gonna get exploded. You gotta get out of here. And then it launches you into the stratosphere at the speed of light. Toothless did not tell me he was going to dick smash me. I thought I was going on like Thunder Mountain Railroad. You know, like, I thought I was going on Seven Doors Mine Train at best. I went on Toothless's Dick Smasher. And afterwards, I was nauseous for like 2 hours. So that was fun. I enjoyed it. It was not too intense for me, but oh my god. I cannot stress this enough. Not knowing that you're going to get like hurtled into the sun and then getting hurtled into the sun. Like, every other time I've been hurtled into the sun by a ride, I was well aware that it was going to happen to me. I did not know he was going to launch me into the atmosphere. I didn't know he was going to fucking throw me. Fun surprise. Fun surprise. Just a little trick for you. Ooh, I got you there. I rode the Donkey Kong ride. It's very intentionally, you know, like a shaky, you know, like bumpy road feeling. Intentionally. It's very cute, very fun. Sometimes it does rattle your brain inside of your skull. That's a price I'm willing to pay for Nintendo. It was very obviously like there were parts where the ride could have gotten more intense, but you can feel it stopping a little bit to curb how intense it gets because Nintendo for babies. So very normal ride. What else exists? I talk about everything? How's the weather? It was very normal. A little cold in the morning, a little hot in the day. Standard everywhere else. Normal. Yeah, we're getting a little bit cold sometimey. I'm like looking, but there's really let's see. I eat it at Le Transphobique. I eat it at French Harry Potter Cafe. I had beef bourguignon, which is one of my favorite meals. It was mid. It was acceptable, but it was mid. It was mid and I wouldn't order it again. The creme brulee was incredible. I am a big creme brulee head, so I can say with certainty that is one of the best creme brulees I've ever had, maybe the best. But the beef bourguignon was not. It was not it. It wasn't bad, but absolutely didn't pass my standards. Didn't pass the test. Just like the tiramisu, not it. But the creme brulee, that was good. So yeah. Epic Universe is just that fucking good. It's just that fucking good. How they did that, I do not know. I do not know. My dick is gone. If anyone would like to send me $120 so I can get a new dick, that would be great. It's actually because my model artist, Mr. Pop owes her $125 and he doesn't intend to pay it. So I don't know if I want to put my mother through drawing that, and I don't know if I want to put my father through rigging that, so I'll have to pass for now. But one day we'll get it. So yeah. You know, besides all that fantastic, wonderful thing I just experienced, yeah, so I have to pick up Mr. Pop's slack now, but I'm unemployed, so I don't know how that's supposed to happen. So that's fun, you know? Because, you know, he's the one who has a job. Yeah, we don't have any Menchies right now because AdSense is rebooting me. Yeah. Because we closed my last AdSense account because it was basically Mr. Pop's. It was not mine at all, so now I make new AdSense, but the AdSense process takes a hot minute. It takes a while to process, so. But the good news is once they like approve my account and shit, it should be instant once they approve it, because I've already gone through like the verification process. So that's not something I have to worry about anymore. It stays. Like, my channel's already verified to start it. It's just the new account having to get set up and stuff. I will send lots of more pictures in the server. I will put it in my mailbox. We'll put it in my mailbox. Forward it. The universe was epic, dude. The universe was epic. It's absurd. But you know that because you just saw me. There's some pictures. Yeah, now I'm tired. We were up, we woke up at 5 in the morning-ish, 5:30 in the morning. And I went to bed at 11 p.m. that day. I walked, keyword walked, with a W, walked, for 14 hours. I didn't bring my wheelchair because I wanted to walk, because I wanted to have the freedom to go and do things, right? Because if I have my wheelchair, I have to go wherever my parents go at any point. Like, I can't just wander off. And I was like, I'm gonna walk. My hips hurt so bad. So bad. I think Tommy noticed that I was walking, like, funky today because my hips hurt so bad. It'll probably feel better by tomorrow, maybe. Maybe. But, oh my god. I broke my fucking legs. By the time that I was, like, walking back to the hotel, it looked like I was just waddling like a penguin because of the amount of pain that my hips were in. And if you'd ask if I would do it again, I would. I would do it again. For Epic Universe, I would do it again. In a heartbeat. Haha, heartbeat, get it? That's you guys. So yeah. That hurted like a butt cheek on a stick. But hehe, Slamby. 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 Oh my god, if you were a zombie, you'd be Slomby. For Halloween next year, you have to be Slomby. Yay. I'm so smart. And funny. Give me hundreds of dollars, please. I've like lost the touch. I don't know how to earn money naturally anymore. I only know how to ask for it forcefully. I don't know how to get anything that I want naturally without just forcing people to do it for me. That's what happens when you become evil. No, that's actually why I became evil, actually. I became evil because I never got anything I wanted. Ever. Like, everything went bad for me. No one gave me anything that I wanted. It was like I was fighting for scraps for like my whole fucking life. So I said, you know what? I'm done fighting for scraps. I'm going to force people's hands. I'm going to get what I want. People are going to give me what I want for once in my fucking life. And then I became evil. And now everything's great, except it's not. But it's better. In comparison, it's great. It's an improvement. That's for sure. It is an improvement. Being evil has served me way better than being good ever did. So... I love being evil and purple. When you're evil, people give you lots of money, and they give you food. I never had money or food before that. Yay, purple. Purple. Water bubble. Hi, buddy. Sorry, I'm looking at Lizardo. Hi, buddy. So Petan, right? When I came home, he was like super, super pale, like white looking. And I was like, that's odd. We had a pet sitter, but I was worried that maybe the pet sitter was like not feeding him or something. And then I looked at him just now, and he's back to being dark. And I think it's because he was deeply asleep. I think he was so asleep that he went pale, because bearded dragons can like darken or lighten their scales for the sake of like absorbing heat. Meow meow. Meow meow. So I guess he was just so asleep that he was just not doing it. Yeah, bed down, bed down, bed down, bed down. Mama has been very needy all weekend. Which mama? Me? Are there other mothers in your life? Me? I'm confused. Your cat's named Mama. Okay. I forgot that because you've been at college, so you don't talk a lot about your cat. Because you were not home with the cat a lot. Yeah, all my kitty cats and my puppy dogs are very excited that I am home now. And I will probably soon end the stream so that I can go hang out with my children because they're having a fit all the time. Because they have not seen me for 4 whole days. What the fuck do you mean 3? How? Alright, so I'm timing you out for lying. I can't time you out. Aquadial, time her out for lying. Next time, do not lie. Liar. Very bad. Terrible lie. Did not like it. Next time, truth. Okay, time for the raid. The raid. You're green. If you were green, you would die. I guess you're just gonna have to die now. Hi, Buggy. Hi. Can you give me a second? Can you give me a second, please? Okay, anyways.